Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on another Battle Report. We're carrying on with our 40k narrative campaign, if you like. So I got my two friends here, John and Michael. They've press-ganged me into playing 40k again. So I'm going to switch the camera around and we're going to show you the table, and Michael can explain the mission and stuff, because I don't know what's going on.
No, you got no clue, you don't even know the rules.
I just made my army now. So.
You didn't make your army at all.
Alright, so I'm going to give you a scan of the board quickly, and then I'll get to Michael explaining the rules of the campaign. So, we're back to the Garden of the Emperor. And
John, can you remember what you named the planet?
Something starting with a P, I think. Maybe. Pelennor. No, that's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that'll do. Planet Pelennor.
There we go.
So we've got lots of trees and forests, and the garden has now been fortified after the dirty Nurgle put their feet into it. So, Michael. Oh, by the way, I got Michael here as well from
Hello.
Team Clueless, and that guy.
You've seen him in such videos as the one I posted last month.
Right, Mike, take it away. What are we doing?
Okay, so we are fighting in the Garden of the Emperor again. If you have watched one of our previous videos, Jason will put a link down here somewhere, maybe, possibly. You will see that Nurgle forces attacked the Garden of the Emperor and attempted to corrupt its pure nature. There was Typhus was in there with a load of zombies, and he'd already corrupted it.
What happened to him, Mike?
I believe he got beaten up by Saint Nelestine, who may be making a return today, possibly. So we then had another battle where Rabute Gulliman had arrived on the planet to help drive off the forces of Nurgle, and his Thunderhawk crashed, and then he had to escape an enclosing ambush by demons. Again, you'll find a video for that down here somewhere. Go, Jace, double the work.
Not down, up here.
Oh, up there. So now the battle has properly taken over the planet of Pelennor, and Nurgle forces have now decided to try and retake the garden. As you can see from the battlefield, if Jason pans around, they have fortified the centre of the garden, which is where the forces of Nurgle attempted to attack last time. But little do the servants of the Corpse God realise that the forces of Nurgle are not here for the centre of the garden. We are here for 3 very special trees. So we've got this tree here, this tree over here, and the Christmas tree over there with all the lovely, lovely explosive presents around it. So the way the mission works, the Imperial forces, or the Imperial Guard, will set up on the battlefield in defensive positions. Then the forces of Chaos will get first turn of the game, and we will enter from any table edge we like, or we can deep strike if we want. So I can deploy anywhere around the board within 9 inches or 6 inches of the edge of the table. I basically walk on. Then we continue to play through. Summoning is in effect in this game, so I can summon additional demons to the table, because total points-wise, John and Jason have more than myself, but I can summon more models during the game, and there's no limit to how much I can summon, so I will gain points as the game goes on. I win if I corrupt all 3 of the trees. So to corrupt a tree, I need to control it as an objective. So at the end of my turn, if I control it, I have more models within 2 inches or 3 inches of the tree, then I get to control it. Obsec units do count, so the guys here have got lots of infantrymen, which are objective secured, but I obviously have some demons and some Nurgle.
For us laymen's, what's Obsec?
Obsec means objective secured. So to control an objective in 40k, for those like Jason who have no clue of the rules, you control an objective by having more models within 3 inches of the centre of the objective than your opponent. But if you have models which are objective secured, generally troop choices, you count those first, and if you have more objective secure units than the opponent has close by, then you control it. It doesn't matter if they've got 100,000 other units nearby. So then, what other special rules do we have? That's how I corrupt the trees. You can attempt to kind of take them back, but you have to take control of it and then uncorrupt it if you control it at the end of one of your turns. Then the ways for Imperials to win. So Chaos win if all 3 are corrupted at any point. Imperials win by, at the end of every one of their turns, they roll a d6 and they add on the number of Nurgle characters they have killed so far. If you get a result of more than 7, 7 being Nurgle's number, if you get more than Nurgle's number, then you get to win the game. So I start off with 5 characters in my army.
So if we kill 1 character and roll a 6, we win. No, that's 7.
More than 7. You've got to kill at least 2.
Yeah, all right.
Maths, not his strong point.
All 40k.
I'm starting off with 5 characters. I can summon more. Remember, characters are the only things that can summon, so if I want to take advantage of my summoning, I may wish to summon more characters, but it gives you more to kill. So by the time you get to 3 or 4 characters dead, you're likely to win at the end of your turn. So it's a bit of a gambling for myself, how much I wish to summon, what danger I want to put my characters in. But I won't get more force unless I've got more characters to do the summoning. So hopefully it'll balance out that way. Other rules. So both of our armies are led by characters of legend. The Ultramarines, who start off in reserve and get to come down a bit piecemeal as the game goes on, as the heroic defenders of the garden, are led by Rabute Gulliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines.
Bobby G in his ears.
So, if he is killed at any point, all Imperial units suffer -2 leadership for the rest of the game.
What?
Because they suffer from the morale of seeing the Primarch laid low. Obviously, being Rabute Gulliman, I'll probably have to kill him twice, which seems a little unfair. We, being the Chaos, are led by Mortarion. Apologise for the non-painted nature of him. If at any point he is killed, all Nurgle demons on the table suffer D3 mortal wounds. So all Nurgle units on the table suffer D3 mortal wounds. So if you kill him, it'll hit the whole army quite badly, because I'll have quite a few demons in play. And a lot of my characters are demons.
You think?
Yeah, you think.
So you'll be able to do more wounds to my characters that way as well. If, as a bonus, if Rabute Gulliman kills Mortarion, so slays him with the sword of the Emperor or such, a real power will be evoked, and it will summon Saint Nelestine.
Yay!
Who you'll have seen a preview of that is a version of Saint Celestine who is dedicated to wiping the corruption of Nurgle off the face of the planet. She has lost some of Celestine's special rules, but replaces them with special anti-Nurgle powers.
And all her abilities start with the word
Yes, basically. Nelestine. If Mortarion manages to slay Rabute Gulliman personally, then I get to summon a Great Unclean One to the battlefield. So I gain a big power boost as well if I manage to personally kill
the big
Rabute
Forge World
Gulliman.
one.
No. Probably a small one. And then lastly, there is a special rule which is always in play depending on how many trees are corrupted. So, if there are no trees corrupted, so start of the game, Imperial forces, every model has a 5+ save against mortal wounds. So, because Nurgle does a lot of mortal wounds, while the garden remains uncorrupted, there's a protection of the Emperor, his benediction, washes over all of you, and gives you a 5 up to ignore mortal wounds. And you also have +1 leadership from feeling bolstered up by the fact that, hey, there are no corrupted trees. If there is 1 tree corrupted, then you lose the mortal wound protection, you still keep your +1 leadership. But at that point, the Nurgle forces are a little bolstered, and we get +1 leadership as well. And then, if I corrupt 2 trees, Nurgle forces get +1 leadership, but they also get +1 movement and +1 to their charge and advance distances. So the Nurgle forces become a bit faster, momentum carries over. And then, if all 3 trees are corrupted, I win, and all of you rot and die.
Boo!
How come I don't have a god?
Your god is the Corpse Emperor.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah,
So it's a corpse god.
Corpse God.
Dude, on the golden yogurt.
I think you call him the benign Emperor of Mankind or some other bollocks like that, but we all know he is the Corpse God.
So why don't I have him?
Because you don't. I don't have Nurgle in play. You've got him, he's the closest thing. He's got the Emperor's Sword, apparently, John says.
Why don't I have that Cadian hero with the metal claw?
Oh, I think you mean Commissar Yarrick.
He's
Yes.
not Cadian.
Who's not Cadian.
Oh, right.
He's Armageddon Steel Legion, to be technical.
It's all human, man.
Do you have the model painted?
I don't even have the model.
But that is the mission. It should be simple enough, hopefully.
All right. What about... Oh, I know which Cadian. What's the big fat general with the standard bearer next to him?
Soccer, Creed.
Yeah. Creed!
Why don't I have him?
Because you haven't put him on the table. You didn't say, I want him in my army list when you made your army list.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, he is.
Also, I don't have
he's
that model
sitting in
either.
some Necron
Is that what
thing. He got sucked into a Necron Tesseract
Rubik's
vault.
Cube.
Yeah, Rubik's Cube.
Man, you guys are really geeky.
Turn the camera around and say that.
Don't know what you're talking about. Look, I only got that one shelf of games.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through my army quickly. Mike, what have I got?
So Jason has, start at the end, that end over there, Jace. So Jason has a Hellhound. He is fielding 75 power level today. He's got a Hellhound. Everything, because we're using power level, everything is how it is modelled. So then he has a Lemon Rust with Executioner Plasma thing, multi-melters. Then you've got the long-barrelled anti-tank Lemon Rust, can't remember what it's called at this point. The Vanquisher. There we go. And then you have a Battle Tank, which is also a tank commander, the one in the nice clear colour. Then you have your Bulgrin squad. Instead of being actual Bulgrins, they're guardsmen wearing massive mech suits, but we use them as Bulgrins because that's pretty cool.
They're awesome.
Then you've got 3 infantry squads, which are all armed as is, which I think is rocket launcher, grenade launcher.
Yep.
Then you've got the famous plasma squad at the back.
Yep.
I'm doing it in a weird order so Jason doesn't know where to point the camera. And they also have the company commander with them. That plasma squad is Jason's favourite unit in 8th edition because it kills bloody everything.
But mainly themselves.
Yeah. No, I got that thing where I re-roll the...
Spend every command.
Then, as he's got the camera pointed at him, he has a squad of ratlings, which is pretty good for taking out my characters, as that's what you want to do this game. Then you've got a sentinel. Haha, you thought I was going to get away. You've got a sentinel there, and you have an astropath there who has the power which gives +1 to the armour save to a unit. And then moving to the front, you have a veteran squad, which are armed with a variety of weapons. I think they've got 3 melter guns. They've got Bomb de Jour in there, so he's got a demo pack.
Yeah.
They've got Fat Jason as the Sarge. All kinds of cool guns.
Also known as just Jason.
And that is what you have. Jason, John even, can tell you what he's got himself, because he actually knows how to play the game.
Sort of. So mine's going to be a relief force. Obviously, you've seen Bobby G already. Whee! He's there. We've got a Librarian Terminator. We've got a Captain Terminator. Then we've got 2 tactical squads of Terminators. One's got Cyclone, 2 Chain Fists. One's got Assault Cannon, 2 Chain Fists. An Assault Terminator squad. And then... I thought I'd give this guy a little go.
Oh, it's a Colexus. I didn't see that.
Exactly.
I don't like him much.
Yes.
So how come he can take that one, but I couldn't take the Vindigo?
Because I'm
Because
awesome.
you didn't have any points left over.
But these guys are not starting on the board, are they?
They are not starting on the board, no. They get to come in a little bit piecemeal.
I start in the centre of the forest thingy, isn't it?
You get to deploy anywhere on the table you like that's like leaving a gap around the edge.
Just line them out, Jason.
Yeah. I'm just going to put bodies around the trees, round and round and round and round they go.
I think we'll probably do, you have to deploy either inside or within 6 inches of the barricade.
Okay.
That sounds good.
We're not going to go through Mike's army because...
No, I'll go through it when I've deployed it because it's all in the boxes at the minute because it's quite large.
Okay. Oh, you wish. So, there's our armies. That's the mission. That's the forces. So, let's get going. Alright, so this is before the first turn. We've done deployment.
This is after the movement phase, to interrupt Jason.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
This is after so my movement is basically I arrive on the table. I'm not allowed to be within 9 inches of any of your stuff. You restarted it?
No, I'm still keep going.
Yeah, so I basically moved on table. I'm not allowed to be within 9 inches of your stuff, so I'm basically deploying around the edge. So you'll see I've got a Demon Prince here. This Rhino's got a squad of 10 Plague Marines inside it. I've got a squad of 5 Plasma Gun Plague Marines here. A similar squad here, backed up by the Tally Man, who's got a chance of giving me my command points back when I spend them. We've got a Fetid Bloat Drone, Jason's favourite model in the entire game. We have Mortarion has come here. I thought facing off against a Scout Sentinel would probably be a fair contest. Then if Jason moves around the table, you'll see a Soul Grinder has appeared there. I have a Demon contingent. Then around here, we have 2 massive squads of 20 zombies each, with Typhus as the linchpin in the centre of them, because obviously he makes both the squads better. Then around this side we have the rest of the demons have arrived. We have 3 spaces of Nurglings, which are obviously the real threat, and we have the massive, humongous, great, unclean one of doom.
I thought it was 4 bases of Nurglings.
What's that war engine over there? The Atarian. What's that?
This thing? Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, the giant tripod of evil sonic death. The only thing I haven't brought on is I have 3 obliterators that I haven't deep struck in as yet. I'm going to save those for a future turn so they can arrive and pulverise some of John's Terminators when they're here.
You can see a bit of my deployment as well. I've got veteran squad, infantry squad over here, and then I've got Scout Sentinel with this tree. I've got a Lehman Russ in the middle there, and then I've got 2 infantry squads and my command squad on that side. So I've left this side quite bare for John to reinforce. And then down this side I've got 2 Lehman Russ tanks, the Hellhound, and then my Bullgrins with the Astropath just behind them, guarding the Christmas tree.
Yep.
So that's my deployment. This is you've done your movement now, yeah?
Yes, I've done my movement, so now I'm going to just have a little bit of shooting and such, and then I'm unlikely to do many assaults, because I'm unlikely to get the 9 inches, and I may not want to face the Overwatch from giant Imperial Guard squads.
Alright,
we'll see.
Let's go. Alright, so this is the end of Nurgle's turn 1, so the Imperials are going to have their turn in a minute. And you want to go through it, Mike?
Yeah, so not much happened because this is basically just a setup turn for me. So I moved onto board, not allowed within 9 inches of any of their models. So it's basically just setting up as if I'm arriving from reserve around the edge of the board. Psychic phase, nothing really happened.
Other than a double one.
I double one with Mortaran to give himself -1 to hit, so I had to spend a command point to re-roll that, not to take perils, and the rest wasn't particularly important, so I didn't really use it. I then opened fire. I managed to kill this Scout Sentinel. Got rid of it because I didn't want it tying up some of my squads.
With the plasma gunners.
With the plasmas. Oh, you need to take a leadership test over here, Jason. Give that man a single d6. So you rolled 3, you've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models, so you're up to 9. You have leadership of 7 with your Sarge, 6 without your Sarge. So you have to lose another.
for having 3 trees.
+1 for having 3 trees, you bastard. Remember my rules. So you lose 2 models. Do you want to keep your missile launcher?
Yeah, just get rid of the other two.
Those 2 can go. Those 2 can go. So you're okay there. I had charge distances. Because these guys are behind barricades, you get -2 to your charge distance. So I need an 11 to get there. So I decided not to weather the not to charge with those. But I'm all in position to do stuff next turn as long as I don't get whittled too far. And Jason probably needs to move forward and cover the trees, as I'm going to have them both. Back here I had my zombie horde, which I was reasonably confident about getting in with. But I charged in, did his overwatch on both units, killed a few zombies. I was fully prepared to use some re-rolls because I'm objective skilled. I'd take those if I could get to them. But unfortunately I rolled a 7 on both sets of dice, a 4 and a 3. So using re-rolls on either of those is unlikely to get me to the 9 I need. So I declined the opportunity to do so. So my turn over. Not particularly spectacular to start with.
Put 2 wounds
Oh yeah,
on
I shot that thing there. Oh, I was meant to charge there. Let's see if I can get my charge distance on that. Oh yeah, baby! No. I'm in combat. We'll better come back to that in a sec then.
Alright. Alright, so just to let you know, we worked out the combat. Obviously you saw you make his charge.
Yep.
I did my stand and shoot and did 3 wounds, dude.
Yeah, I was not impressed. I've knocked you down to what? You're at 4 wounds total now, so you're on a degraded profile. But with a flame weapon, that ain't so bad.
No.
And you'll have to leave combat, which is bad.
Oh yeah.
Which is what I wasn't trying to do. And that's my turn done, I believe.
Alright, so it's
Let's see if the Ultramarine reinforcements arrive.
Indeed, I hope they do. Otherwise I have to take the glory of winning this combat on my own.
Yeah, you have to roll for each unit. So on a 4+ turn 1. Or turn 2 even.
4+. So
which one are you doing first?
Tac squad. Second tac squad. Assault squad.
So it's 2 incoming.
You can use command points to re-roll these if you want to.
So they're on. They're on. Let's see what else I've got.
Is Bobby G coming in?
6. How does Bobby G... Oh, I have to roll for Bobby G.
You have to roll for... Yes!
He's not in.
No, Bobby G's scared to face his brother, obviously.
I will spend re-rolls.
Spending a command point on that?
Yeah, Bobby G's got to come in.
Yep.
It.
So we'll get rid of this teardrop.
Yep.
Bobby G's
That one's
in.
gone.
The
For John.
librarian.
He'll be crying in a minute.
No.
He's dead.
Terminator captain.
Not in.
No.
Get in.
And the Culexus.
Oh, we don't need to see that.
He's just going to walk on, right?
He'll
At the
come
end of
on.
the turn,
He'll come
comes
out
in.
from 9 somewhere.
Hurrah!
Alright, let's get started with our turn then.
And you swap dice.
Yeah.
Kill the shit out of everything over here.
Alright, so this is Imperial Guard Space Marine turn 1. And we're not finished with it yet, but I wanted to show you what's happened so far, and then we're going to film something epic. Hopefully. So, it started off with a couple of movements. I moved my Ogrins up that way. I moved my Flamer tank out of combat. John's Deep Strike, some Terminators in over there. My tanks, just for aesthetic purposes, faced their targets. The veterans have climbed the fence over here towards the Soul Grinder.
Brave men.
Yeah. These guys climbed the fence to the tree. Bobby G and Culexus have come down here. This tank's faced its target. Then those guys are just hugging the walls, effectively. And some more Terminators came in over there. Right, in the shooting, in the psychic phase, I cast the +1 shield on my Ogrins on a 10, and he
Typhus
cast.
went, no puny mortal mind, and destroyed the psychic power out of nothing.
So he rolled 11 and dispelled it, which was really annoying. In the shooting phase, or command phase, I cast a couple of commands, and then the shooting phase, I killed like 6 or 7
This is command phase that Jason just invented.
Yeah. I killed about 6 or 7 of these zombies. How many did you kill of that squad?
Not many.
Not many, maybe one.
I think I killed 3 out of that unit and 1 out of this unit over here.
What? So Ogrins killed 7
Yes.
in shooting phase,
Yes.
and the elite Space
Yes.
Marine Terminators
Yes.
Yeah,
killed
with a
1.
heavy weapon.
They are a little bit. They're feeling a little bit queasy. They've just come down. They're a bit disorientated.
I would like to point out, my shooting phase actually started down here. I fired both of these things, the battle cannons, because it stood still, and all my melter guns and veterans from here at the Soul Grinder, and missed everything. I didn't get a single hit, and I was rolling those stupid poxy green Nurgle dice. So then John lent me his smart little Space Marine dice, and from then onwards, shooting was bliss. As I killed 7 of those guys. I fired my Lehman Russ onto the big Nurgle.
Killed my this poor guy.
Yeah.
The little Nurgling.
And then the plasma gun is ripped into shreds. I then fired a plasma cannon thing over
Yeah,
those 2.
killed 2 dudes.
This thing is down to 2 wounds.
These zombies are dead. They're not actually here.
This thing took a lot of fire, took down to 2 wounds. And I also fired a couple of things at the big Mortarian, but he saved them all. And then the Colexus failed its charge, and Bobby G made it into combat with him with the reroll.
Importantly, Bobby G has already done 3 wounds to Mortarion by spraying his poxy heavy bolter at it.
So that's the shooting. So basically, we've already killed 1 character, which was
Clean one.
So we're doing okay. I've charged
If you
also.
kill Mortarion and him here, you could easily win turn 1.
So we've obviously this is where the combat where you choose what's going to go first. So we have 2 combats, which is that one over there and that one over there. Now me and John have discussed this, and we decided, because obviously Mike's got command points that you can interrupt with.
Certainly have.
So we're going to start combat here, and we'll leave the Ogrins to their fate if what's the name wants to interrupt. So we're going to film this. Where are you going to roll? Over there?
Okay, so Bobby G has 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. He's using the Sword of the Emperor, right, John?
Rerolling?
Yeah, re-rolling, because he's a Bobby G.
All hit. Yeah,
All
Sword of the
hit.
Emperor.
So he has strength 6, 7, 8, I believe, with the Sword of the
That is
Emperor.
correct.
So he's wounding me on 3s, but he gets the re-roll, because again, he's Bobby G. Bobby G can do anything he wants. Oh, that's a lot of bloody wounds.
Reroll.
Only 5 wounds. So
However,
Use a reroll.
2 of them are 6s.
so they explode into 2d3 mortal wounds.
Oh, 5 more
5
wounds. So I'll
mortal
quickly do the
wounds.
5 mortal wounds
Wait,
first.
before you go on, do you want to use a reroll on that
You
too?
can't reroll a reroll.
Oh, okay.
So I've got 5 mortal wounds, which I ignore on a 5+. There we go. I take 2 mortals.
See, this is what I told you about him and his friggin'.
2 mortals. That's why I play this army, man. Down to 13, though.
Then
What?
you got 5, -4.
So,
So it's going to be
we got
your...
4
What's
up
up?
invuln saves on these bad boys.
Don't do it.
So I failed 2 of them.
So 3 go.
I am going
So
to...
6 potential wounds.
6 potential wounds, which would put me down below my thing. I'm going to attempt to re-roll one of them,
Okay.
because I really feel I need to get all my attacks in on Bobby.
Anything but a 1, Mike.
Anything?
Yes!
Damn it. Let's see if the tallyman gives me back my command point I just spent. No, still not.
So
Command point down.
6 to
So
disgustingly
6
resilient.
disgusting resilient saves. Need 5s again. I really need to make half of these. Oh, look at that!
See, I told you.
Oh, on 11. Mortarion goes, what was that? Is there something nearby? It's hitting me?
Stupid
Wow.
5+ saves.
I'm going to do him now, but he's obviously not interrupting, but
Yeah.
just so we can continue this combat. So, Mortarion has interesting attack options. He has
Unbelievable.
6 base attacks with the wounds he has taken, so I could hit him with my eviscerating blow, which is strength 16 -4 d6 damage. But the problem with Bobby G is he has a 2+ and then a 3+, so the -4 does nothing. So I think I might use my Reaping Scythe on him, which gives me a grand total of 18 attacks.
How do you feel about that, John? I told you that bastard can roll 5 ups for nothing.
So I'm going to take 18. They only do 1 damage each, but because of his saving throw of a 2+, it goes
You're
to
going
3+.
for multiples rather
This
than...
has -2, so I'll put him on his 3+ anyway. So I'm just going for multiple
Oh,
attacks.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You'll be
7,
alright,
8,
John.
He's spamming me
9,
with
10,
dice.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 attacks. Any 6s that I roll to hit give me another attack, because I hate servants of the fucking Corpse Emperor. So
This is
I hit
where-
on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
6s give you an additional.
Oh, so we've got 1, 2, 3 additional attacks so
Four.
far. 4 additional attacks.
And 1 cocked.
A cock dice, so we'll quickly re-roll that. So that's a hit. And then we'll re-roll these 1s as well. So I missed once, but I've
There's
got an
a 2
extra
there.
4
Is he
attack-
hitting on 2?
He hits on 2s, he's giant Primarch. Re-roll the 1. So we've got that many hits plus an additional 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That many hits.
Absolute filth.
Let's see what strength we are. Puny
3.
thing. I am only strength 8, so that's
Only?
wounding 3s. But my warlord trait gives me re-rolls because I'm using a plague weapon. So, oh, that's a lot of 1s there, though, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Get a bucket of dice ready, John. Oh, I failed to wound twice.
16. Nice.
Do you want to use these ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got the extra ones.
19,
19
John.
dice. I nearly used all of your ultramarine dice, John. Do you want one of these?
I've got 2 here.
So Bobby G has a 2+ normally, but it goes to a 3+ because this has -2.
Do you have any rerolls, John?
Come on, die, you bastard. Oh, he's only taken that bloody 3, hasn't he?
Holy shit. Do you wanna,
3 wounds.
do you want to reroll any of those?
Yeah, let's reroll one of them. Yeah,
There we go.
there
So
we go.
2 wounds.
2 wounds taken.
Do I get that reroll back? No.
Well, that was an awful lot of die rolling to do not a whole lot.
Well, oh, you did 2 to him, and how many did he do to you? 6.
He did. No, I was on 15. He did me 4. But I have twice what he starts with, so we're actually pretty even in that fight.
But you're also stuck there for a while.
2, so I'm down
Yep.
to 7.
Oh no, I've got wings, so I can fly,
can fly
away
away.
and still fire guns and stuff.
That's bullshit.
And if I'm a psychic, if I can get off my psychic powers next turn, that could be helpful. I could do him some mortal wounds straight away with smite. I could give myself -1 to be hit.
Shut
All kinds of love.
Alright, so we've got one more combat. Do you want to interrupt that combat?
Do I want to interrupt? I've only got 3 command points left, so I'm not going to interrupt the combat. 'Cause
So
not that many can attack Typhus, and he's got good armour saves and stuff.
Not that many can attack Typhus.
Well, because they're going to be next to the zombies. So they have to attack zombies if they're next to zombies.
Well, let's work that out.
So
we're not
I think
gonna
you've got
we're not
4,
we're not
yeah.
gonna film that, so we'll come back to you in a bit.
So you got. It is.
Alright, so we're interrupting the turn again because we're gonna have a fight. But this has been Nurgle's turn 2.
Do you want me to go through what I've done so
Yeah,
far?
go for it.
Okay, so I summoned in some plague bearers here, hoping to send them in to tie up Gurliman a little bit. I thought about retreating from combat with Mortarion, but I thought that's a little bit cowardly, and Gurliman is a little bit of a pussy, so I might as well try and kill him.
And it's part of the scenario as well.
Yeah, exactly. I get bonuses if I kill him. I get a new Great Unclean one. So
Which
psychic
can get
phase,
plasma gunned again.
because the Colexus Assassin's here, I'm within range, so it gave me -2 to casting, so I failed to get off the -1 to hit again. But I did manage to smite Gurliman, dealing him, I think he took 2 wounds from it.
Yeah, he's
Think
down.
so, yeah.
He's down
Yep.
to 5 now.
I spent a command point getting that through. These guys here, I shouldn't have overcharged my plasma guns, but I really wanted to kill the Colexus, so I overcharged my plasma guns and killed both of my plasma gunners.
And no hits as well.
I thought I was going to be within 6 inches of Mortarion. I'm about 6.5 inches mistakenly. This guy flamed and burnt to a crisp some guardsmen.
They both failed their charges.
Over here, we plasma gunned and killed one of the Terminators, 2 of the Terminators, or 1.
2 are down.
2 are down, and the Demon Prince has charged in and cut down another one, so that's the 2 down.
You zapped him, didn't you?
Yep, I've still got a fight with my models here, but we've interrupted because there's going to be the big combat in a sec. Over there, I managed to deal 1 mortal wound with Typhus, but I've also given the zombies nearby +1 strength and toughness, and I've given -1 strength to the Bullgrins this round. So the zombies are now up to strength 5 and toughness 5, while the Bullgrins are down to only strength 4. So it should really swing the combat in my favour. Shooting wise, I did bugger all other than that. The Soul Grinder did nothing, although he's now in combat with that Lemon Rust, and my Nurglings have sprinted forward and have tied up the Lemon Rust tank commander, which is really good.
Is that what that is? That's combat, is it?
That is combat, yeah.
I thought he was just, you know.
He's getting off a bit on the old barrel, but
So we've interrupted. He's just
Spent
uncom.
2,
I've had my 1 combat with my Demon Prince as my first charger.
which didn't get anything.
Didn't get nothing, so they've interrupted Regurley, and he is about to try and hit his brother. Sibling rivalry
come on,
at its
Bobby
worst.
G.
So 6 attacks again, lots of 2s, but they're a hit. Freeze to wound with Bobby, but re-rolling because he's annoying. Oh, A couple of failures there.
Come on.
But there will be successes
Oh,
now.
6 wounds through.
Right.
Any
Yes.
6s?
Yes, 1.
One
that,
6.
That is
So
3.
stick that on the pile because it still counts.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but you get your D3 as well first.
Let's take another dice.
So D3 mortal wounds. Oh,
3.
bollocks. So I get my disgustingly resilient versus those, but that's all I get.
1.
2
So
more
get 3.
taken. So I'm down to 9, which if I lose 1 more wound, I get a worse profile.
Okay, so you've got 6.
6 4-ups here. 6
Come
4-ups. Come on, I could die here. It's quite feasible. Each of these does 3 wounds if they go
Saves
through.
them all.
Oh my
No,
lord!
saves 2. Right, so that's 12.
Just a minute, I'm going to re-roll one of them with that because I can't
have
afford
to.
to die.
You have to.
Here comes anything but a 1.
Nope.
Shut up, you! I'm going to see if I get back my command point. No command point back. So I have taken 12 wounds.
And you're on 9.
I'm on 9. I got,
Five's
what's
up.
that? 6.
Of course, this is the problem though. He's so good at rolling 5.
5s,
Yeah,
yeah.
5 ups are much better than 2 ups in my book.
So you need at least 4.
At least 4 5 ups. No!
I said 2.
No!
He's failed it.
Mortarion instead, he's only been on the table 10 minutes.
Can I flick him?
You flick him, you bought him, mate. Oh no!
And that pushes our character mark up to
It
2.
does, but also there are various other rules that come into play because of the scenario we're playing.
Shit explodes.
It explodes. Because he is kind of like the one who has summoned all the demons here, every demon on the table takes D3 mortal wounds. So we'll start down here. Roll them, John.
Okay, plague bearers take 2.
So one plague bearer dies.
What else is a Nurgle
This is a Nurgle demon, unfortunately.
Come on,
It's
John.
only 2 hit points.
Come on, John, kill it.
3
3
mortal
wounds.
It's
2
gone.
dead, it's gone. Oh no!
Your demon prince.
Demon Prince.
2.
2 mortal wounds. He takes both of them. Oh, are there any other demons on the table? That thing that Jason has knocked over his ass.
3.
3 mortal wounds. He takes all of them.
So he goes down to
He's down to 8.
8.
Oh, and there's no more demons
That's
over there.
all, isn't
Oh, Nurglings.
Oh, Nurglings take 3.
3. God dear me. And they take all of them as well. That kills a base, I think. Might leave it on 1. I'll
Yeah.
check in a sec.
Okay.
Oh, that was pretty bad. But also, because you killed Girly Man, you killed...
I didn't kill Girly Man.
Mortarion using Girly Man. The presence of the Emperor is bolstered, and Saint Nelestine has appeared.
She erupt out of his spleen.
She erupts out of his corpse as his body dissolves into ectoplasm and is sucked back into the warp. I am really on the back foot
Oh,
now.
that was well worth it.
Oh dear me, that was really bad.
Look at his face.
I'm not happy. I may be smiling, but I'm dying inside.
All right.
We'll consolidate.
We're going to put some casualty markers down and we're going to ridicule
You're
Mike.
not big enough.
Ridicule Mike for the next 10 minutes and we'll come back to you at the end of the turn.
Jeez. Probably better in... They could do a number on him.
Alright, so this is end of Nurgle turn 2.
Yeah.
And it's quite an interesting turn. Obviously you saw Mortarion die.
Mortarion is a puddle of green liquid on the floor, and Nelestine has been summoned out of his remains.
Which might make the
Which
rest of
isn't
these.
good for this character here.
Yeah. So the rest of the turn was pretty much standard.
Yeah, our combats, we slapped each other over here. I made all my saves versus the Terminators. He failed to hurt these guys. Bad rolling from John. I killed a few Balgrins, you killed a few zombies.
I killed 5 and you killed 2.
Oh yeah, I need
Balgrins.
2 more zombies back because I killed 2 of you. So whack them back in the big squad if you will, please, John.
And over here you put a couple of wounds on 2 wounds on the tank.
Yeah, I didn't roll very well there. The
Nothing
Nurglings
over
have
there.
tied up that. So I've tied up a couple of your big firing tanks, which I think is quite important.
And
But
we
it's
killed
mainly-
Mortarion.
It's mainly these 2 buggers over here, which are the issue I'm going to have.
And we currently still control the 3 trees.
This tree you don't,
That's gonna
because
go.
I have Obsec down here, so I need to find a tree. So before your very eyes, the tree withers and dies and becomes a rotted evil mass.
And a hell of a lot bigger.
Well, Nurgle likes growth. So that has now turned. So they've now lost their 5-up save versus mortal wounds, which is quite important because I do quite a lot of mortal wounds.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
I did, yeah, before somebody killed Morty. And they've now only got +1 leadership, and I have now gained +1 leadership. But unfortunately, Mortarion blowing up did wound all my demons.
And we have killed 2 characters, so it's the beginning of our turn.
You on the end of your turn.
Oh, the end of our turn.
So I suspect you'll have killed this one because he's standing next to Girly Man and Nelestein.
And we have to roll a d6 plus the amount of characters we killed.
Yep.
If we roll over 7, we win.
That you do.
So this could be the last turn of the game.
It could be really quick. I didn't expect to lose Morty quite as fast.
Alright, let's get started on that then. Alright, so
And the Grand Klingon.
we've just finished off our Imperial turn. Interesting turn, actually. We went for the jugular to try and get off as many characters as we can.
What's he done to you? You just don't like comedy, do you?
So Bobby G jumped into those Nurgle plague bearers.
He shot the Tully man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That was
Blew the Taliban away with...
That's what the death marker is over there. And then basically he murdered the rest of the plague bearers. The assassin murdered 2 of the plague marines over there. This was mostly in combat. Shooting didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I killed the rhino, and I don't think I put that many wounds on the demon prince. Maybe 1 or 2.
I think you put 2 on there.
And
Then he
then
was on 8.
we bundled in on him, thinking we could, because he had 6 wounds left. So the librarian charged in. Nelestein failed. And then I bundled in all my guardsmen, hoping that maybe the librarian could put him down to like 1 or 2 wounds, and then I could finish him off. Unfortunately, none of us caused any wounds, and in fact
I took
3 or 4 wounds, and one of my guardsmen died as well.
Yep.
The ratlings did bugger all, and I'm going to burn those models.
Put one eBay, Jace, they're worth more.
This freaking guy is living such a charmed life as well. These guys tried all the melter guns and everything else they had at it and missed everything. Every single
game. Every time you touch the model, though, you snap it in half.
And these guys put the rest of the wounds on it, and then the Terminators fired a couple more onto it as well. So he's down to 5 wounds, which, as you can see by there.
Makes him a lot worse, though. He's not very good at shooting all close combat now.
And then my flame tank killed one of the bases of Nurglings, and they down to 1. And I tried to charge it with the flame tank as well, just to kill that last one and tie them up in combat. Unfortunately, I failed. And then over here, the Terminators charged in. They killed a few zombies. The Bulgrins killed a few zombies. And then Typhus killed one of the Bulgrins in return. And that's that locked in there. We've also, as you can see, trapped them out there so they can't get through to the Christmas tree. With all the presents underneath. And this Christmas tree is pretty solid in our possession, I think.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Because obviously he can summon in more shit if he wants to.
Yep.
And
I've only got the 2 characters left. I've got him and Typhus.
Yeah. So basically, what happens now? This is the end of the turn. So we've killed 3 characters in this game: Mortarion, the Nurgle, Papa Nurgle, and Tallyman over there. So we're gonna roll a d6 now. We need to get 7 plus the 3. And John's gonna do the honors.
You need to get more than 7
Yeah.
with a d6 plus 3. So I need to roll a 5 or a 6 on this d6 and they win on turn 2. Not my plan.
Yay!
God damn it! I had a plan for next turn as well. I could win.
What was it?
So this guy was gonna break off from combat, walk next to the tree because you haven't surrounded it, and then I was gonna bring in my obliterators, and 3 obliterators should be able to kill that squad.
Yeah.
So then I'd have that tree, and then over there Typhus was gonna summon some demons, and then I could hopefully take you there because I've got more stuff there. Is my possibility, but alas.
Oh, don't we have objectives secured there though?
No, but you don't get to take it back.
gone.
It's already gone.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. I told you we were going to win this turn,
Damn
and you
it.
wouldn't have another turn.
Well, I think that might be the end of the campaign because Mortarion has been banished back to
banished.
the warp.
Bobby G's awesome.
So the Imperials have won
Easily.
Yeah.
all 3 games. That's it. I'm going to have to design it so it's harder for the Imperials
I
in the
thought that
future.
was going to be really difficult. Like
You
all
always
the other
think
ones.
it's going to be difficult.
It was still pretty tough. I mean, we were a little
It came
lucky.
down to that. If he would have killed him, I think I was unlucky on my save rolls. If I'd have killed him instead, then you didn't have anything this side that could really stop Mortarion.
Yeah. And it was a couple of lucky things. Also, both lucky, both sides. I mean, there was a lot of misshooting and then misfighting, and then some really good fighting and
Yeah,
good
I mean, you should
shooting.
have easily killed my Soul Grinder. You should have get your 2 tanks back in because the Nurglings should have been gone as well.
That was interesting.
John's good use of teleporting his dudes out of combat I hadn't really expected, and then he just came and you smacked me with all your other stuff. But the Demon Prince is really
Didn't
tough.
actually do a lot of
What?
damage.
He
from
was.
that.
I think most of
No.
the damage he took was from shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think all his damage he took was shooting.
He's really tough.
My
That
Plasma Gunner
armor.
squad is still my favourite squad, man.
Yeah,
They murdered
so
Papa
what?
Nurgle. They made scrap metal out of their
Because
rhino.
you use him every game and you love him so much. You think you could bloody base him, wouldn't you? I reckon you must have based 50 models since you last used this guy, and you haven't bothered to do him.
It's true. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should actually paint a few of my guards
I
and
think
stuff.
you
Yeah.
should.
Just finish off one of the tanks.
So what did you guys? How about you, John? You like the narrative stuff the most in 40k. What do you think of this little game mini series we've had?
I enjoy it. I loved it, and thanks to Michael for bringing up the scenarios. I mean, most of it's been a collaborative design of I make physical
Yeah.
models, things like this thing. In fact, I think this started it really, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I really, whenever I design a mission, I like designing it around the terrain, because the terrain is, I mean, God, if I could go back and tell my 15-year-old self that terrain is important, when I used to play with a book, you know, really bothered, I'd put a tea towel on it so it didn't look like a book. But now I love painted terrain. I love these trees. I think they make the board look so much prettier, and it really
I enjoy
gets
that.
you into the game, because you think you're at the place you're playing in. And interesting terrain pieces, you should make some interesting rules to go with them,
Yeah, for sure.
so that it kind of like, again, it feeds into the mission. We had trees. It started because you had designed a garden, so we made a garden of the Emperor, didn't we?
We did.
And then I had got some Nurgle models I wanted to play with, so it was Nurgle versus Imperium.
Boom. That's perfect. Yeah.
That's the one cool thing about narrative games as well, is you get to use a lot of models that you might not normally use in a really heavy match play game.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about power level as well. Like, some of the models we got on the table today aren't good in match play. We have to pay points for all the equipment you might want to take with them. Because in power level, you just take whatever equipment they've got modelled. You don't really care that you're wasting points, because it doesn't matter what you put on them, they're all the same. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to be super competitive, you could model all your stuff, all the most expensive gear on. But you generally don't do that, because if you're playing kind of like narrative games, it's less important.
Like
You
veterans
kind of
with shotguns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, who would do that?
It's less important to squeeze those extra minutiae of points out, because you just put the model on the table and you want to use it.
No, it was good. I really enjoyed that. I mean, that's as I've gotten older now, that's one of my favourite ways to play, is just sort of a narrative game where the
Telling a
terrain
story.
looks good, and there's different objectives rather than I'm going to wipe you out.
Yeah.
You know, like, because in that game we were playing there, I mean, I was just before we put on the camera, we were discussing, like, you know, is it better to go for the objective now and try and secure the victory, or hold on for another turn and see how it goes then? You know, and those decisions make the game more interesting.
That's what I like about narrative games. You can make it, I think, asymmetrical mission design. So one side's trying to do something, and the other side's trying to do something completely different. So then you've got to weigh up. You're trying to stop the opponent from succeeding their bit while doing yours. But it's not just the usual kind of like mirror match on the mission of we're both going for the same objective. So the only choice is really, I want to succeed at that objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to kill the opponent, it's just, I need to shoot as best I can. Whereas in this type of mission, you have to think about what you want to kill.
The Garden of the Emperor.
Yep.
There was some absolute filth on the table, though. There was some big hitters.
The two
Yeah.
Primarchs
First
are
you've got
absurd.
Wherever he's gone.
Yeah, Mortarion. I mean, the Demon Prince is
Bobby G,
amazing.
Nellerstein popping on.
Yep. You've
Demon
got to kill a couple of
Prince.
things.
Calixtus, I really enjoy using him. He's subtle.
The 6+ to hit.
Yeah.
You always
he's
forget
just-
about it until you pick your dice up and John just says, "Oh, you need 6s, Michael." And you go,
That doesn't bother me. I normally need sixes,
you need
did.
6s, you're a guardsman.
Funny. Well, hopefully we'll do another narrative.
Yeah, we'll have to think of the next thing to play. Next time, I'm not going to be the bad guy. One of you two can be the bad guy.
Okay.
Well,
Not
that's
sure.
good.
John's got Gene Stealers.
I can technically do a
I suppose
army.
I could do Trader Guard, I suppose.
That's true. Good thing about the guard is they can go with anyone.
Yeah, universal. Just add a few character
Yeah.
elements and.
And
Shots are good enough.
John's got the minuscule of Chaos Army.
Yeah, like the tiny. It's like 9 cultists.
It's going to be the smallest campaign ever. Maybe make a Necromunda campaign.
Yeah. Well, you've got
have the rules for that.
You've got your black armoured guardsmen. They would go quite
Yeah.
well with your Gene Stealer
Yeah,
cult, and that
they're-
gives you a bigger
that's
army
exactly
to
it,
use
yeah.
then.
Boom.
Cool.
So, watch this space.
Yeah, we got more coming in the future.
As
And
always.
if you want to see more, what sort of games do you do, Mike, on your channel?
So I do. It depends who I'm playing against, to be honest. So my mates Nick and Si, we always do kind of like either a narrative game like this, or we do a really quirky game which has really weird rules. Like we do a lot of the time fighting against big monsters that we give random rules to that affect the game. Like for Christmas.
Betty.
For Christmas, we hunted a giant porcelain pig because it was Christmas and we needed to feed ourselves some gammon. And then if we're playing against my mate Mark, we usually take kind of like proper tournament lists. So we use points and we kind of we both go for really hard lists and try and play tournament games. My mate Paul, we often do kind of like in between, slightly more competitive games, using normal missions, but not quite as cutthroat as I would against Mark. And if we're playing against you guys, we again do narrative games a bit more.
Yeah. And you can all see that on this link here, which goes to Team Clueless 40k.
It doesn't.
I don't know if he doesn't.
Putting Carl to do it for you.
Well, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that little narrative game. And if you want to see any of the games, you can obviously go to the beginning of this video and check out the links to the other games and then watch them all in order as you by now know, stomp the Nurgle into the ground.
Poor Nurgle.
And any other demon that stick their fluttery flops on you.
Nurgle got the other demons to help them in the second mission.
Yeah.
It's this damn guy here, I just can't bloody hurt him.
No one can, he's stupid.
I got 5 wounds on him this game.
With
He's nearly dead.
Model 4 times his size.
Yeah. A lot of that's kind of like superfluous bits.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks for the game, guys.
Thanks everybody.
See you guys later.
Happy New Year.